going to start with a land acknowledgement. Theodore Off Jackson acknowledges that we are operating on the ancestral lands of the Duwamish people, who are the original stewards of this land and continue to live here today. We honor the work of Indigenous artists in our community and understand how important Indigenous art is to the future of this land. The Duwamish people have an oral history that stretches back to the last ice age. Their ancestral land encompasses the Seattle/Greater King County area, and they have given care and Lachute-seed names to the geography that surrounds us today. An acknowledgement like this is nowhere near enough to heal a history of colonization and the unkept promises made in the Treaty of Point Elliott in 1855, but it is a start to better align ourselves with Indigenous communities and grow to become stronger advocates for Indigenous rights. Today, the Duwamish still host events and meet at the Duwamish Longhouse located in what we call West Seattle. The Duwamish are continuously fighting to become a federally recognized tribe, and you can stand with them by writing a letter of support to your local, state, and federal representatives using the resources from the Duwamish Tribe website, www.duwamishtribe.org. And with that being said, the cast of Briar Rose is going to take you on a journey to a place that you may remember.
Here, dashing knights ride over verdant fields to save their lady loves.
Kings and queens live lives of decadence and intrigue in splendid castles.
And winding paths lead deep into ancient forests where magic and mystery await those brave enough to seek them.
Our story begins with a war, and the daughter of a duke who lived on the border between those two lands. Before he would give his daughter away to be married, the duke sought out a seer to tell her fortune.
Choose the father of this lady's child carefully, for she shall bear the one who dissolves the borders between the north and south and brings peace for 1,000 years to come. You carry the seed of peace within you, child.
upon a time there was a girl.
Please, Mother, not again.
Once upon a time there was a girl.
Once upon a time there was a girl.
She was the most beautiful maiden in all the land, the daughter of 2 noble houses.
Child of a lady of the north and king of the south.
She was graceful and beautiful, with golden locks that made her the envy of all, and it was prophesied that as the child of the beautiful Queen Alba, she would one day unite the 2 kingdoms under a single rule for good.
That's just a story, though.
And so, her mother continuously brought her the portraits of eligible royals with the power to overthrow the northern throne, where an ailing king and his permanently bachelor son were all that stood in the way between her and her fate.
But she refused to marry a man she had never met.
So meet them, Rose. You are the fated ruler of 2 nations. I'll bring you a line of suitors longer than any other girl could hope for, princess or not.
So I can dance with them for a few minutes and make my choice? I have no interest in marrying some cousin I've never met, no matter how well he dances the volta.
You are nearing your 20th birthday, Rose. When I was your age, I had long since been married, and you were out of leading strings. Soon people will begin to question why such an eligible young maiden is not yet wed, and, well, you may find yourself out of choices. A lord wants a flower just beginning to bloom, not one whose petals have begun to fade.
If he wants a flower, he should visit the royal garden.
Summon me when you've made your choice. I have no time for your insolence. What is this?
Nothing.
Where did you get this?
I stole it from the laundry.
Did anyone see you?
What?
Did anyone see you?
No.
What could have possessed you to do this? What sort of perversion?
It's not. It's only... I've had these dreams. Every night. They feel so real, more than us standing here now. I'm wearing the crown, and the nobles bow to me. I'm the king.
And you thought because of some dream that you had somehow become a man? Need I remind you once more of what's between your legs, child, of your duty as the sole heir of the southern king? Have you forgotten the prophecy?
The prophecy was only a dream for some sorceress.
Enough. You are royal, and even the walls have eyes. If the court finds out what sort of insanity you're suffering from, oh, no worthy man will touch you, dowry and prophecy be damned.
Why should they care? I only wanted to...
What did you want, girl? Did you think anyone would look at you and see a prince? 20 years I've lived in this God-forsaken castle, spreading my legs for the man whose armies ravaged my home. 20 years I've had nothing to do but placate him, and try to ensure that the daughter I bore him would find her a husband who could win her the northern throne, because it was my duty. And your duty is to fulfill the prophecy and unite the kingdoms.
You would really give your own child to some strange man? There has to be another way.
There is no other way. I failed to bear the king a son, and now we both must pay the price. 3 days. 3 days, and then I choose for you. Pray that my mercy does not allow news of your perversion to travel.
Damn you! Leaving your own daughter to rot, selling me to the highest bidder! I would rather die than choose among them!
We do not have the luxury of dying.
Darkness seems ever darker now, that vision now is fading. What do I hope will come of me, this face that she is bringing? There is for me no true love's kiss, nor any love to save me. But I take any fate than this, so here I leave my story.
Where have you been? It's been days. You'll be fed when you tell me what you know. Where are the Northern King's forces now? 3 days and you couldn't find them? Oh, there are at least 1,000 of them. They couldn't have been hiding. They must be somewhere near my family's lands on the border. All these years and still, every battle is fought on our land. Even selling their own daughter to a rival king couldn't save them.
Your Majesty, King Egon commands you to attend him. He wishes to know who Princess Rose will marry.
The princess has 2 more days to make her decision.
He says he has waited long enough already, Your Majesty. We lost more troops than expected in the last border skirmish. We need reinforcements.
You will be fed when I say it is time, no sooner. Our army can't possibly last that long, even if the Northern King is dying. It will have to be Lord Dravis. His troops could be here in a week if we promised Rose to him. Let us hope my folly in allowing her to choose doesn't cost us the war. I should have known. None of us have any choice in the end. Bring me better information next time. Maybe you'll get more. Accompany me to the princess's quarters. She won't take this news well. Go tell the king his daughter's been taken by the plague. The heir to the southern throne is dead.
Don't be afraid. A friend told me somebody walking this path needed help. Who are you? Here, walk with me. I can give you shelter for the night.
I don't know who you are.
My name is Ellen. These woods are dangerous, but I know them well. Here, take my hand and nothing here will harm you.
What time is it?
Nearly nightfall. You've slept all day.
I've overstayed my welcome. Here, take this. I'm sorry I cannot repay you properly.
Oh, there's no need to go out in the woods in the dark again. Here, sit with me and listen to a story a friend told me. They say that our king here in the south is a cruel man. His first wife died in childbirth, and his second was little more than a child when she came to court. He bought her from her father, a northern duke who cared more for money than loyalty. And in time she proved to be nearly as cruel as her husband. The king and queen had only one child who was far kinder than her parents, and who was punished for it. She died suddenly, and the kingdom mourned greatly, for that meant that the south would surely fall to the northern crown.
Who told you that?
A little bird. He also told me that I might find a generous stranger lost on a path, and that I should do my best to save them. In my family, we have a tradition of repaying guests like you tenfold.
Oh, you don't have to do anything more for me. I would be dead if you hadn't brought me here.
Turn out your pockets. See? You gave your last crust of bread and your only coin away while your father sits in a high tower like a dragon with its hoard. Your kindness has not gone unnoticed, nor has your suffering. Tell me your greatest, most secret wish, and I will grant it.
That is not something you could grant.
Watch.
You're a sorceress?
A healer. All the women in my family are. Tell me your wish, and I will grant it.
I wish.
What is it?
It is a wish too terrible to name.
No thing once named is quite so terrible.
I wish to be seen as I truly am. I wish to be a man, like the man I see in my dreams.
Those are two different requests, but the first is easily done.
Do it then!
Oh, please. I must warn you first. Magic is a slippery thing. I can make you appear as you truly are, but I cannot guarantee that you will like what's inside you. Too many have gone on this journey expecting beauty and have been faced with nothing but ugliness within. Are you sure you know yourself well enough to take that chance?
I don't care if I'm beautiful. I want peace. I know who I am.
Very well then. Tonight, after dark, walk into the forest to the east. When you think you can't walk any further, you're nearly there. You will find a clearing, and in the center, a mirror. Strike the glass until your hand runs red, and paint your thigh with the blood. You will be transformed into your true self until the 7th day has passed. Now repeat the instructions so I know you understand.
Once more?
Just once, and I'll have it. Now to the forest, turn to the east, and walk till your lungs are sore. Then strike the glass so your hand runs red.
strike the glass so my hand runs red, the same heart that pains no more.
It worked!
Yes, thank you, Ellen. For the first time, I'm not a girl or a princess or anything besides myself. If there's anything that I can do for you, only name it.
Would you like to stay here?
What?
The night that I found you was my first night here. This was my grandmother's home, and it stood empty a long time. I could use the help to fix it up before winter comes.
I'm afraid I don't know much about maintaining houses, but I'll do the best I can.
We'll learn. I'll teach you.
There you are. It's getting late. I was worried the wolves got you.
Oh, they did. I told them I was busy and sent them on their way.
I can never tell when you're joking. What are you making?
A wreath. It's midsummer tonight. Once darkness falls, the moon will be with us for only a moment.
What does the wreath have to do with that?
Old magic. All the girls in the villages know if you craft a wreath on midsummer and set it on the river, the one who finds it will be your true love.
Are you seeking your true love then?
No, it's only a story. My grandmother taught me about plants and secret places where magic is kept, and how to speak to animals. Those secrets are only passed between a few women in a few families, but the wreaths are common knowledge. A game we all played once a year. They are beautiful, all floating on the water in the lights of the campfires back on shore. Although I do know a few girls who married the boys who found their wreaths. It just doesn't feel like summer if I don't make one.
Maybe it only works if you have a little magic to begin with. It's a nice story either way.
Would you like to learn to make one?
That's all right. The sun is setting and it would take more than one evening to teach me something like this.
Will you sit with me while I finish them?
Ellen, maybe it's strange to ask after all these months, but I've wondered, why were you in the forest that night? You said you hadn't lived here before, and you mentioned a village. Why are you here?
We're very much alike, you know. Neither of us quite fits what other people need us to be. My grandmother was a seer and a healer, and people would come to her when they needed medicine and advice. But they were afraid of her because they could not understand her power. I lived with my father in the village, and as I began to grow up, even my closest friend sensed that something was different and drew away. By the time grandmother passed, people would only speak to me when they needed help. It was easier to leave.
I'm sorry.
What's past is past.
What was life like in the village?
Like any other village.
I've never seen one, though. I grew up so sheltered for so long. I can't even imagine what other way there is to live besides locked in a castle.
We lived at the lowest point of the valley, on the banks of the river. There weren't more than 100 of us, and there was a sort of rhythm to things there.
Every day you rise in darkness and you greet the morning sun as it all the work is done.
And you see the tanner's daughter, and she's glowing in the light. And you think if you were like her, maybe you would be alright.
Every day you rise in darkness, and you greet the morning sun, as it keeps away the spirits, and the work is nearly done.
Now the winter locks our doors, and I'm lonely every night, for I'm not the tanner's daughter, and the chill begins to bite.
Every day is filled with darkness, and you hardly see the sun, but you feel the Spirit's presence, and the work has all been done. Now the daughters will have daughters, and will bear our husbands' sons. Oh, but what of little Ellen, where we're riches she has none. Every day is filled with darkness, and you hardly see the sun, but we each have one another, and our lives have just begun. Every day you rise in darkness, and you greet the morning sun, as it reaches out to hold you until all the work is done.
I know how lonely it can be, even with people all around you.
In the valley, everyone was watching. There was nowhere to hide. Here, it may seem lonely, but when I come home and sit with you, I know that we truly see each other. I haven't wanted to go back.
But the tanner's daughters.
I loved her. In the end, we were too different, I suppose. I wouldn't go back for her now. It's nearly finished. Are you sure you don't want to learn how to make one?
I'm sure. I already found my happy ending in a mirror in the woods and the friend who brought me here. I won't tempt fate by asking for true love as well.
You shouldn't anger it by refusing true love either. Here, add the last flower, and we'll say it's for both of us.
I really don't see what the issue is.
Of course you don't see what the issue is. You're the one who opens your stupid mouth every time we're in court.
Oh, my stupid. Oh,
Yes, you're
wait,
stupid.
wait, look at that. Wait.
What is it? It's a wreath of summer flowers. The villagers make them as part of an old ritual, and I don't quite remember what it means, but it must have floated away during a midsummer festival. You should really be careful with it, though. It may hold some unknown magic.
Fascinating. Well, I doubt we'll be able to find the owner at this point.
Well, when has unknown magic ever had unforeseen consequences?
You worry too much, brother.
Now, let's be fast, don't lose the trail.
Hey ho, nobody home. Need nor drink, nor money have I none. Who's there?
Prince Alistair of the North. Who are you?
What business do you have here?
What business? This land belongs to the crown. This is my forest. What business do you have?
I live here.
What is your name?
I don't have one. This forest is in the south.
This land was claimed by the North months ago. How can you not have a name? Well, be at ease. I suppose there is no law requiring men to have names. I really must know what you're doing here, though.
My friend and I live in a cottage just down this path. Her family have lived here for generations. She's a healer. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get these mushrooms back to her before supper.
Those? Pardon my boldness, sir, but I think you may have mistaken them for Well, I am always happy to be of service to my subjects, no matter how unusual they may be.
The stag is heading west by the stream. If we're quick, we can overtake him by nightfall.
I'm afraid we may have to cancel our plans with the stag tonight, Brunhilde. I've just encountered a subject who is in need of some assistance.
What?
Hmm?
Oh! Lady Brunhilde, the prince's hunting partner.
Hello.
I hate to intrude, but it really is important that the kingdom have an accurate record of everyone who lives within its borders. Would you mind taking us to your home so I can make a full report to my father when we return? We were under the impression that the people these lands belonged to had scattered during the war.
A few still remain. Ellen and I may be the last, though. You're welcome to join us for dinner, although with my knowledge of the local flora, we may be in for an interesting meal.
What an unusual young man. Did he even kneel when he heard your name?
No.
Father would have someone whipped for that kind of disrespect.
I am not father. It's refreshing, really, not being bowed to and flattered. It's nice to be looked in the eye by a man for once.
You have not been gazing into the eyes of a man for some time, my lord.
Brunhilde. I just find him interesting is all. Now let's hurry and follow him. I don't fancy being lost out in these woods, and I've never been out this far before.
You may not fancy being lost, but something tells me there's something here that you fancy!
All right.
Ellen, we have guests.
What? Hello, I'm Ellen. Prince Alistair of the North.
Lady Brunhilde, the prince's hunting partner.
What is that?
Oh, it just means that we hunt together. I'm rather good at it, actually.
No, that wreath.
Oh, this, I found it in a stream not far from here. I think it must be from some nearby village's midsummer festival.
You only think that because I told you. It's beautiful. Do you know the story behind it? Whoever finds it is said to be the true love of whoever made it. Be a gentleman and find our guests somewhere to sit. Would you care for some stew? I would have made something more interesting if I'd known we'd have listeners.
Here, let us help.
Thank you. We'll use that tree as a target. See the knot in the wood a few feet up?
I think so.
Good. Focus on that when you take aim. Let's just glad the arrow left your bow this time.
I do not share your gift for archery.
Perhaps not, but anything can be learned with enough patience. Take your stance again. No. In. All right. Now hold the bow steady. Good. Again.
I don't see the point in wasting your time with this.
I would rest easier knowing that you aren't unarmed and alone.
I have Ellen. I'd like to see anyone try to fight her.
There are rumors of bandits roaming these woods. The blood of the armies that have fought here have left strange magic, and please, just let me teach you.
All right.
Show me your stance again. Take aim and don't shoot. Good.
I wish that I could have learned this as a child. My father never saw fit to show me such things. I always watched the other boys learning with such envy.
It's not always as fun as it looks. Some you don't have a say in the matter. You make your stance, and you take your aim. You'll know if you miss, you'll bring him such shame. So you take a breath, and you steady your hand, and you close your eyes, and hope it lands. Open your eyes. That's the first rule of archery. Know where you're aiming. I am the prince, and well I know that eyes are watching wherever I go. But I wish the day soon would come that I could run and just be gone. For a prince is the greatest at every game. The king calls our people a beast to be tamed. So you learn every lesson, and you get just one chance to use every weapon.
And dance each dance.
Sometimes at night I mourn and weep for my own man. I never can be. My heart yearns to take me where I don't dare tread.
And sings of things which can't be said.
You make your stance, and you take your aim. Just one wrong move, and you'll bring him such shame. So you take a breath, and you steady your hands, for you carry the future of your land.
It hit the tree!
It hit a tree.
Take that, bandits! The Lord of the Dark and Foreboding Wood has vanquished you.
Oh my, congratulations, good sir.
Thank you, Alistair.
You know, it is bold, calling a prince by his given name.
I'm sorry, my lord, I meant no disrespect.
I didn't mean it like that. You are very different from the people at court. My name sounds different when you say it.
Am I saying it wrong?
No, it's not like that. When you say my name, it sounds like you're talking to me, not to Prince Alistair III and every Alistair before. Just Alistair, just a man.
There's freedom in being just a man.
Yes, the name gets heavy sometimes. It comes with a long history, and I'm not sure I agree with it.
Well, you're the only Alistair I've ever known. To me, it only means a kind, honest man.
Perhaps it is possible to change what a name means then. I think I could be content if that's what people thought of when they heard it. Tell me, if you will, why do you never give anyone your name?
Some names are so heavy with history that they can't be mended, no matter how beautiful they may sound, even ones that have only been around for a generation. Once a word has been used as a weapon, it's difficult to make it feel like home.
I think I understand. Have you considered taking a new one?
Yes, but
But
it's difficult to choose. I've grown so much in the past year, it's like I don't even know myself well enough yet.
may I try?
To name me?
Yes. You said that Alistair meant a kind and honest man, and I couldn't see that until you said it. and strong. Consider it. It's a gift. You needn't take it if it doesn't fit.
Briar. Thank you, Alistair. It's perfect.
I should be getting back to the palace. My father is unwell and he needs someone to lead the meetings with his advisors. But I will be back soon.
I'll be here,
Waiting for me.
if that's what you'd like to think.
Wait, Briar,
Alistair?
I forgot something. Keep that for me. I'll be back for it soon. There you are. Are you all right?
What?
You seem a million miles away.
He asked me for my name again.
What did you tell him?
I told him that names are difficult. They're heavy. He understood, too. It surprised me. And then he offered me a new one.
That's a powerful gift.
It is. Briar.
Briar! It suits you.
Am I really so prickly?
You are not afraid to stand up for yourself. Not only a rose anymore. That bravery is something torn with pride. Now tell me, was Brunhilde there?
I think she was home doing night business of some sort. Polishing armor? I'm not sure what it is they do in all honesty. Why do you ask?
No reason.
It was nice to have Alistair alone for a moment. I don't know where one person gets so much energy.
I think she's rather charming, don't you?
I suppose. Good night, Ellen.
Good night, Briar. Going to meet Alistair?
Maybe. He might not be there today.
The boy has come to dinner every night for the past fortnight, my lord.
Still, he must have more woods to map for his father. I'm sure they'll move on soon enough.
He is a very slow cartographer. Come on, I have a feeling we'll find them by the street.
Oh, Mr. Magpie, you are so weird about. Hi, Briar.
Ellen,
Where do we journey today, Alistair?
I thought we might go further upriver than yesterday. I could show you how to use a sword if you would like.
Ellen, do you need any help in the cottage today?
Oh, that really isn't necessary. But I suppose I could find something for you to do, if you're certain.
Excellent. We'll see you this evening then. How can I be of assistance, milady?
Oh, please, it's just Ellen, and there really isn't much to do. I don't mean to be, unwelcoming. I'm just not used to having nights in my kitchen. I prefer to spend my time alone, usually. I'm not putting any of this very well, am I? I wouldn't mind getting to know you better if you'll be eating my food day in and day out.
Good. I wouldn't give up that stew for anything. But first, tell me about the solitary girl who lives in the mysterious cottage on the southern border.
There's not much to tell, really.
Oh, come now, a girl like you must have some interesting stories.
I'm just a simple farmer's daughter.
You're not just anything.
You're very kind, Lady Brunhilde.
Please, it's just Brunhilde. Here. So tell me, do you have any siblings? A sweetheart? A dark secret?
No, and wouldn't you like to know?
I think I know everything I need to, for now.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather be out sparring with the boys?
I could never leave a single woman alone unchaperoned. When maidens find ourselves alone, who knows what mischief we get up to? Send the boys all far from home, I'll defend our farms and fortunes. That's the code of chivalry.
How goes the training?
Slowly but surely.
I'm afraid even that is too high a compliment.
He doesn't trust me to block his blows. I've never seen anyone attack another man so gently.
Well, I'm sure Lord Briar the Gentle will be a knight of great renown in no time. But trust me, Briar, Alistair can take a beating. I've never held back in 20-odd years, and he turned out all right.
Alistair, you all right? You seem troubled.
My apologies, I'm not being a very good guest. It's just, the days are growing short and my mind wanders back to court and the tangle of intrigue that my father's advisors are weaving as his illness wears on, and I must say I really am grateful for you, for both of you. You are most gracious hosts and better friends to Brunhilde and I.
A friendship like this is hard to find, especially at court.
Well, you two are always welcome here. Briar and I both know what it is like to be lonely, even when surrounded.
This is gloomy talk. We're letting the shadows of the forest inside. When I was younger, my mother used to sing to me as the winter nights came on. Maybe we should try it now.
Will you teach us? I don't know what songs they sing in the north.
Of course, though I hardly remember the words myself, though it's been so long.
Teach us the tune then, and we'll make it our own.
Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows, and fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water How'd you come to know this one, Briar?
My mother used to sing it to me as well. I'd never given it much thought before.
We should be getting home. Oh, the sun won't be up for many hours. You two should stay and leave at first light.
Who are we to deny the hospitality of such a noble lady?
Briar, I hope it's all right that we stay here. Me and Brunhilde can take the floor by
No,
the fi-
the floor is hardened. The fire will die down in the night.
I am more than happy to stoke the fire if needed.
You don't need to. There's just one thing. If you're going to stay here,
Name it.
every seventh night, I make a journey alone into the woods. You must promise never to follow me or to ask where I've been. I understand this is a strange request, but I must make it.
That is strange. But I will honor it. I suppose I should expect nothing less if I am to lie in the bed of a strange man who lives in the forest and has no name.
It's getting late.
It is.
Yes, your majesty, I understand. No one feels Rose's loss more keenly than I promise you. Nor the loss of my family's land on the border. My dowry, though I shouldn't have to remind you. Yes. Good night, your majesty. Are you certain? In the northern territory by the river? What magic! It seems you've been keeping things from me during your patrols. If the king finds out our daughter's alive, what she's become, he won't let me live long enough to give him another heir.
Well, perhaps my
task for you. A favor, and it is no small thing to do a queen a favor. But you must be discreet.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Good. You ride for the north at dawn. Everything you need to know is written here. And not a word of this to anyone, or your punishment will make you wish you'd been beheaded.
Ellen, are you there? Alistair, you swore you wouldn't.
No Alistair here, my lord, but the queen sends her regards.
Hey! Briar, I heard you call my name. You're bleeding. Are you all right?
It's fine, it's nothing.
It's not nothing. Are you sure you're all right?
I promise. My knight in shining armor came just in time.
I always will.
Alistair, I...
What's wrong?
I have to show you something. You risked your life for me tonight. I want you to know why this happened. Why I was here. Come with me. was born the daughter of a queen. But one day, I began to wonder if I was actually her son. Every night I dreamt of what it might be like if I were a man. The sound of my own voice, the word princess, they chafed at me like chains. My mother found out, and I escaped. That man was one of her guards.
Of course. Queen Alba, the Northern Duchess who married King Egon. But how?
Ellen found me wandering in the woods and showed me the magic that could transform me into what I knew myself to be. I know this is a strange story. I thought maybe there are parts of me that are too strange to love, but I want you to see every part of who I am.
Did you really think I would care about this, Briar? You have seen every part of who I am and never once shied away. You are all the man that I am, if not more so. You make this choice every time. You have taught me things about what it means to be a man and a prince that no one else could.
I'd like to go home now.
Before we go, the woods are far too dangerous now that the Queen knows where you are. You and Ellen must come north with us. We can bring them here. You shouldn't have to risk your life to make this transformation.
Thank you.
To all our guests, both foreign and from our own court, welcome. These past few weeks have been a difficult time for our kingdom with the loss of our king, my father, and though we are still grieving and we cannot know what the future holds, it is time we let a little joy in. Please join us in a dance to celebrate King Alistair's coronation, for today is truly a bright day in our kingdom's history. Milady, would you do me the honor?
I would be delighted.
magic truly has transformed you.
Hello, Mother.
I should have known you would amount to nothing more than a king's whore.
As if you were any different. You told me once that you spent your life on your back for my father. At least when I go to a king's bed, it's my own choice and a king that I love. Isn't that what you would wish for your own blood, Mother? Choice, the chance at true love, the happiness that you were denied.
True love. Oh, he will cast you aside for someone younger and prettier. Just you wait. Beauty is fleeting, and you have no marriage contract to save you.
I truly pity you that you have lost the ability to trust.
What good is trust when even your own blood betrays you? You don't know how I suffered for your shame, Rose.
You suffered? I had to run. I had no one. I was alone in the woods with only the kindness of strangers to save me. My own mother sent a man to kill me when the wolves couldn't.
You were my only child. Do you know what the king thought of losing his only heir? I have been disgraced. He wants an annulment after 20 years. You ruined me, Rose, surely as you ruined yourself. And I spent my whole life being the perfect wife, grooming you to follow in my footsteps so I could be queen and save my people from being caught in the middle of this endless war. I had the world at my fingertips for a moment, and soon I will have nothing.
I can't ever truly know what you endured marrying the king as a child. Mother, if you will accept me as your son, Alistair will make a place for you here. You don't have to lose everything.
Accept you as my son? You will not draw me into your sick fantasy, Rose. No, leave that for fools like the great King Alistair. No, I know what I will do. I was running out of time before, but now this mirror holds deep magic. It's what makes you appear as a man, isn't it? It can return my youth to me. I'll be the fresh-faced maiden I once was, and perhaps I'll bear him a son this time.
No! Mother, this magic is not what you think it is. Listen to me. You have a choice.
I would rather die than have you as a son.
Briar, are you all right?
Queen Alba's crown.
Briar, where is your mother? If she performed the spell, then she turned into whatever she was inside. Ash.
Ash?
Hatred is a strong power. If you use it to fuel your magic, it can burn too hot inside you.
Serves her right.
It wasn't her fault. Not at first, at least.
She may not have been given a choice in her path, but she did choose how she treated you, and it takes a terrible choice to twist a mother's love into this. There once was a boy. He was the heir of 2 noble houses.
Child, lady of the north, and king of the south.
He was graceful and kind, and unlike his parents, he cared for his subjects. It was prophesied that he would one day unite the 2 kingdoms for good.
After his mother died, the boy returned home with the new northern king at his side.
The people remembered his kindness, and they welcomed him home. And, with their blessing, he took his father's throne, and the border between their lands dissolved. He didn't unite them through war or a cold-arranged marriage, as his mother had expected. Instead, he brought them together through love.
The prophecy was fulfilled on his own terms. And so, because it is that kind of story, they all lived
Happily ever after.
Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I've done, alas, it was to none but me. But since it fell unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, so fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. Of all the comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I've had did wish me one more day to stay.
But since it fell unto my lot that I should rise and you should not,
I'll gently rise and softly call, good night and joy be to you all.
so fill to me the parting glass.
And drink a